The royal seal of a biblical king has been unearthed near the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. The seal, clay impression depicting a two-winged sun with two ankh symbols on either side, was once used to seal papyrus documents associated with King Hezekiah, who ruled Judah from 727 before the Christian era to 698 before the Christian era. The seal was unearthed in an ancient trash heap near the walls of the Temple Mount. Although seal impressions bearing King Hezekiah's name have already been known from the antiquities markets since the middle of the 1990s, some with the winged scarab symbol and others with the winged sun, this is the first time that a seal impression of an Israelite or Judean king has ever come to light in a scientific archaeological excavation. Eilat Meza, the archaeologist who led the excavations, said in a statement, "King Hezekiah is one of the most famous of the Israelite kings. During his reign, he rooted out idol worship, spruced up the decrepit temple and centralized power, as told in biblical accounts. His reign is also one of the best to be documented by non-biblical sources. The chronicles of the Assyrian kings Sargon II and Sennacherib, who laid siege to Jerusalem in Hezekiah's time, describe the Israelite ruler paying tribute to them to fend off attacks. Belonging to Hezekiah, the team found the seal while sifting through remains from a trash heap found outside what was once the royal building, essentially the food pantry for the ancient kingdom. When the researchers took a closer look, they realized the item was a seal with the following inscription, belonging to Hezekiah, son of Ahaz, king of Judah. The seal measures about a half-inch across and bears the imprint of the ring that would have encircled the seal of soft clay. While similar seals have cropped up in local markets for 2 decades, this is the first time an official excavation has uncovered a seal from Hezekiah's reign. The winged sun imagery suggests the seal came from later in Hezekiah's rule. Earlier in his reign, Hezekiah used a scarab, or beetle, which was a typical symbol of power in the Middle East at the time. But in later life, he turned to the winged sun imagery, which represented the protection and refuge of God. Other kings, such as those of the Assyrians, also employed this symbol, and Hezekiah's interactions with the Assyrians may have influenced his choice, the researchers wrote in a statement. While the king's jars used a symbol of the winged creature with arms extended, the king's personalized seal depicted those wings turned downward, with the ankh symbols at either end. The researchers hypothesized that the transition from scarab to winged sun occurred after Hezekiah was struck by a mortal illness. Hezekiah faced an all but certain death from something that modern academics say may have been anthrax. Hezekiah prayed to God, recovered and went on to life another 15 years, biblical accounts state. His brush with death may have made the ankh symbols, which represented life, even more significant to the Judean king, the researchers wrote in the statement.